I forgot. There we go.
Okay. So for the total cost, we would take the total pounds and multiply it by the cost per pound.
Mhm.
Okay. So would the total cost be $164,261.25?
164,000.
261.25.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And we can do the flexible budget total cost too. Of so
Yeah.
you do the 34,825 times 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
So 156,712.50.
My AirPods. What the fuck?
And then we can also do the static budget total cost.
Just give me a second.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, cool.
So for the static budget cost, I got 157,500.
157,500.
500.
Okay.
And the flexible budget cost I got was 156,712 and 50 cents.
And what are the variances?
Let me do that real quick.
All right. While you do that, I'm gonna try and fix my AirPods.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, the flexible budget variance I got was 4,548.75.
It should be around 8,000. You might have punched it in.
Yeah, let me check that. 161,261.25 minus 156,712.5. I'm getting 4,000, the number I got.
So you're doing 164,261.25 minus 156,712.5.
Wait, let me check it. Let me just check one number. Oh, I wrote a number in wrong. Oops, I had 161,000 for some reason. That's my bad.
I can double check that number.
I just did the total pounds times the cost per unit. I wrote it wrong.
Okay.
164,261.25 minus 156. 7,548.75.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the other one I got was negative 787.5, but instead of 787.5.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay.
So now do you want to find our variances?
Sure.
So even though they only asked for 4, we're going to do all 5 of them for practice.
Okay.
So what is our total variance? And we also call this selling price variance. What is that here?
So do we have to do the Is this like the, what's it, the AQ times the,
That's the very end. Total variance is the easiest
Okay.
one.
okay. So is this the one where you just, do you subtract, wait, what is the total variance formula again? Is it just the subtracting the total costs?
Yes.
Or-
On which two total costs?
The flexible budget variance and the sales volume variance?
No. Mm-mm.
No?
So for total, think like opposite ends. Okay.
So is it the actual results minus static budget?
Exactly.
Okay. So 164,261.25 minus 157,500. So would the total variance be 6,761 and 25?
6,000,
761.25.
6,751.25.
Yes. Sounds
That
right.
looks right. And then find, on top of that, we need to find the sales volume variance. And flexible budget variance.
So the sales volume variance would be, is that just 787.5? Or is that on the,
Yep, that's correct. It's really
okay, yeah,
easy.
it's
You've already
just
done
there, right?
it. Mhm,
Yeah.
Yep, easy. Easy money. And what about the flexible budget variance?
It's just 7,548.25.
Yep. And what about the efficiency variance and the input price variance?
Now that's when we do the A, is it AQ times AP? Is that the first one?
AQ times AP, yes.
I'm just trying to remember it. Let me finish writing this down. So which one is this called again? These variances, I just forget the actual name. Is it the
Efficiency variance and-
efficiency
and input
input?
price
Okay.
variance. Yeah.
Okay, so the efficiency variance is the AQ times AG,
AP.
AP, sorry. Well, okay, trying to remember which one's the AQ.
So I'll give you a very simple way of
Yeah,
my mouse not working. Wait a second. Job's being mean to me. There we go. So I'll give you a really simple way to memorize it. Basically,
yeah, I had that written down. I was just trying to remember it from like my head.
yeah. So here's a really great way of memorizing it. Q's are always on the left-hand side.
Okay,
P's
And
are on the right-hand side.
okay,
And then Q or A's will only be on the left.
S's will only be on the right.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
So what's the actual quantity here?
is that the so is that the units sold? I'm trying to remember which what the AQ is.
AQ is always going to be some sort of metric, whether that be labor hours, ounces,
Okay.
pounds.
Oh, so is this the cost per pound?
Well, this is actual quantity.
Oh, okay. Actual quantity, so total pounds.
Yeah,
So it'd be the 35,325.
30. What do you say again?
35,325.
Yeah. And what's the actual price?
The actual price is $4.65.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we already do that? Isn't that the 164,261?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now the AQ, so we do the 35,325 times the flexible price.
Exactly.
Okay. So 35,325 times 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me do that. So this one would be 158,962.5.
158,000.
962.5. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we do the static. Would this one be the sorry, not static, the flexible quantity, so 34,825
Yeah. Awesome, dude.
times the 4.5.
Yep. And what does that give us?
The 156,712.5.
All right.
Okay, and then we do the so for the efficiency variance is the is that the AQ times AP minus the AQ times SP?
For efficiency?
Yeah.
No. So for efficiency
Okay.
variance, our changing variable is going to be the quantity because that relates to efficiency, right?
Mm-hmm.
For the input price variance, the thing which is changing is price because the name is input price variance. So that means we're changing
Yeah.
the price for that variance.
Yeah.
So you want to solve those two for me?
Okay, so the efficiency variance is the it's the AQ times SP minus the SQ times SP.
AQ times SP minus SQ times SP?
Yeah.
For the efficiency variance, yes.
Okay.
And then I'm pulling up the answer key just to make sure we got everything right.
So the efficiency variance is 2,250.
You got 2,250?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yep, that's correct. And what is the input price variance?
I'm just writing it down. So the input price variance, is that the is that the AQ times AP minus AQ times SP?
Yep, because the changing
Okay.
variable there is price, right?
Yeah. I got 5,298.75.
Yep. Awesome.
Okay.
Any questions?
No, I think that was pretty good.
Awesome. All right. So I'm gonna,
So is that the whole question?
yep,
Okay.
that one is only one, so it's easier.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna
Oh
do
yeah, like
here
the one we did yesterday, we had to do
is three.
of
That's why
those.
it took
Yeah.
us like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So that one's only one, and you're more used to it now, so it's a little bit
Yeah.
easier for you. So I'm gonna send you another question.
Okay.
We're gonna do one more small variance question, and then at the end of time, we'll move on to the last chapter, which is it's like a type of costing.
Okay.
Let's see.
So we're just doing one more variance question.
Yeah, just because this is the hardest unit, and I know he's going to test you on it, so we're doing one more question, and then of course we're going to review all of this later.
I'll start making the chart now then.
Awesome. I just sent it to you. So get
Okay,
started.
perfect. I think the thing for variance I need to like work on a little more is just creating labels for the rows.
What do you say?
I think for variance,
Mhm.
or the variance stuff, I think the thing I need to work on the most is just creating the labels for the rows, like
Yeah.
on the side. Yeah.
Honestly, for my students, I was last year, even the ones which are like pretty bad at it, like if they redid each question like 3 times, they got it down after that. So
Okay.
I'm opening up the question and we'll get this done.
So which one are we doing on here?
The variance one. So that's going to be number 1.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give you a minute to read it, and then I'll start writing stuff down.
Yeah. I'm just gonna create the chart before I read it. For the flexible budget variance, can you write like FB variance in? Or should you write out like full flexible budget variance?
Oh, you want to abbreviate it?
Yeah, like is that okay?
I would just write the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just an extra 2 seconds. I would just. It's like that's not like a common abbreviation. That's the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering.
And then for tomorrow, because we only did an hour and a half today, do you want to do an hour and a half tomorrow so we can do the flashcard?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So
how I was-
we'll do 4 to 5:30 then, or 4 to 5:45,
Yeah, that works.
depending on what time we get downstairs. So
I don't think I'll be able to meet Wednesday though, because I have to work on like practicing a presentation.
all right, that sounds good. Well, so
Yeah.
we'll take a break
So,
then.
but I can meet the other days.
Just review your flashcards. And do you want to do Thursday
Yeah.
and Friday?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll make sessions for that at some point.
Okay, perfect. So the first row or the first no, the first row would be units sold.
Yeah, every time it's unit sold.
Okay. Every time.
Or yeah. Mhm.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I've got like the basic chart created, so I'll read the problem now. I'm gonna just quickly fill up my water bottle. I'll be back in a sec.
Go for it.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Do you live in West Campus?
Yeah.
Your room looks similar to mine.
Yeah. I live in Rose. That's why I see it a couple
Okay.
of times at Becker.
Yeah, I'm in Becker.
Mhm.
Do you only have a single window?
I have two. Well, it's like one window connected.
Oh, I didn't see the covered one. It blended in with the wall
Yeah.
so well.
Yeah. No, I like my room. It's really nice, honestly.
Yeah.
I can't do
have a s-
homework in here, but it's a good
Yeah.
room to like chill. It's not like watch
Do you have a
TV.
single?
Mhm.
Yeah, same.
Uh,
Are you gonna live in West Campus next year?
Um, no, I'll be living off campus next year. What about you?
I have an active citizen in Becker House, so I can like choose a room in here next year,
Okay,
which is
cool.
nice. Yeah,
Wait, you're a sophomore or junior?
junior.
Okay.
Okay, I read the question. Is that like labor per unit? Is that what?
Yep.
Okay.
So try not look at mine and then try and fill it out as much as possible, and then
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So I'd say 580 hours for total hours. Under actual.
What about the hours?
Yeah. Sorry, I was just, yeah, it says 580. I was
Yeah.
just making sure. Okay. So we'd have to find the static budget now.
So for this one, we don't
Mhm.
need to find a static budget.
Oh, we don't. Okay.
The reason why we don't need to find a static budget is in this question, they're asking us for the flexible budget cost, the flexible budget variance, the labor rate variance, and the labor efficiency variance, right? So these things, they don't ask us for the total variance or the selling price variance, which is where you need a static budget. Everything else, you can just do flexible budget and actual results.
So is this like fully filled out right now?
This is
Or
as
do we-
far as you can go for this one, yeah.
Okay.
So let's try and do one at a time.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll minimize this. So what is our flexible budget variance?
So the flexible budget variance is $40 an hour.
So flexible budget variance, remember, is actual results minus,
Oh, yeah. Actual results minus the flexible budget, right?
yeah, for the total cost.
Yeah, so $40 an hour.
Well, you would take 15,300 minus 12,400.
Oh, for the labor cost. Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at the total labor. Oops. Wait, so you said you do the 15,300 minus the 12,400?
Yep.
Okay, so 3,900.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then what is going to be our, let's see what else we can solve here. What is our flexible budget cost?
The flexible budget cost is,
It's kind of a trick question. It's like you've already done it.
oh, we've already done it here. It's at the $6.38.
Is actually, it's just a total, it's just 12,400.
Flexible budget cost. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Very good. It's a trick question. And then let's make sure the answer key is correct. I haven't done these in a while, so 1,400, 3,000. And then I messed up. This is actually 2,900.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just punched it in my calculator wrong. And for the flexible budget variance, is this unfavorable or is it favorable?
For which one again? The flexible budget variance?
Yeah.
Unfavorable.
Because okay.
Because the actual result was 15,000, even though our budget was 12,400.
Exactly. Awesome. So now let's do our efficiency variance and our input price variance.
Okay. So this is the AQ times that stuff now, right?
Yep. Mhm.
AQ times AP. And then there's the AQ times SP and the SP times SQ. Or is the SQ times SP, oops. Okay, so would this be the, 1,000 times, what's the price? 58 cents.
So we never, so the, okay.
Oh yeah, we
um,
never do the, units and,
Yeah, so for the AQ, that's quantity, right? So that's gonna be
Yeah, yeah.
ounces or hours or
Okay.
pounds. So what's the hour?
So the $26.36 per hour? Are you talking about the actual hours, like the 0.58?
Actual, so quantity, actual hours.
So the 0.58 hours.
Well, that's the hours per unit, but we want actual quantities of the total amount of hours.
Oh, 580 hours.
Mhm.
Okay,
And what's the actual price per hour?
26.36
Uh,
or 38. Whatever the number is.
yep.
Okay, so you do the 580 times 26.38.
Yep. And then what is the static or the flexible price?
So that SQ times SP, is that the 0.62 times? Or sorry, wait, do we know the oh no, sorry, static's not in this, it's the flexible. So the 620 times 0.6 or no, times 20.
Sorry, what do you say?
Is it the 620 times 20?
Yeah, for that one, yeah. And then the middle one is gonna be 580 still.
Okay.
And then let's multiply these out.
So the 12,000, so the first one is 15,300.4.
Yep.
And then the 580 times 20 is 11,600.
Mhm.
And the last one is 12,400.
Yeah, so this one's gonna be 800. This one's gonna be
3,700.4. And the input variance is 800.
yeah.
Okay.
And then the question, they don't call it efficiency variance, they call it, or they call it efficiency variance, but for the other one, they call it direct labor rate variance instead of input price.
Is that the same thing?
Same thing, because labor rate is just how much it costs per hour.
Okay.
Yeah, so just know that they might word it differently. But
Yeah.
on the exam, honestly, if you're really confused, just solve. Don't pay attention to what they're asking for. Just you know the names and you know what to solve for. So just do that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
So now that we've done that,
Are we going on to like the next subject?
yeah, we're gonna do that.
Okay. We can start that.
We'll start the first part of it. Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
So
say,
what is it called? The next topic.
um,
Just so I can like label my notes.
let's see, what is it called? It is called master budgeting.
Okay.
I just sent you the question.
Okay, I'll wait for it to go through. The variance stuff doesn't seem too difficult anymore.
Yeah, once you get it, it's like not that bad.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think, yeah, it was just hard for like my students
It's
say
just
it's
yeah.
not that bad after a while, but if you were like
Af-
in my shoes and no one was teaching, like you would it was like kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to like self-teach everything for myself because we didn't even
Yeah.
have TAs.
Really?
Yeah.
Does CEAS not have TAs? Or
He
did you
had
have it?
TAs,
Wait,
but they weren't allowed to hold office hours because also the problem
was
with
it during COVID?
it was during COVID, but no one can teach accounting. Like for last semester, I was the only one who really held office hours. Everyone else quit their office hours because they didn't know how to teach it.
Oh,
Yeah. So do you want to read the question? Let me know what you think.
yeah. So where do we start from here? At the top.
So just read it and let me know when you're done.
Okay. I'll 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 be back in a sec. I'm still gonna read it though.
Okay. Are you done reading?
Almost.
Okay.
I'm kind of a slow reader.
Okay.
So we're preparing a sales forecast.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Okay.
So basically, he's talking about this thing, and he's saying, right now, so you know how reservations work, right?
hmm
And he's saying, right now they have some reservations currently for January, February, and March, right?
hmm
But as those dates approach towards January, February, and March, you're going to get more reservations, right? So that's why he's saying, for every 100 reservations, so two beds is reservations they're going to get in the future, and OTB are reservations they already have. These OTBs on the books is already reserved, and two beds is to be reserved, I think, or to be booked.
Okay.
And that basically means that they're not reserved yet, but they're predicting with their models that they're going to get those reservations later before the check-in date. And they're saying for every 100 rooms that is going to be reserved, let me see. They're going to say if the reservation period or the room period is 2 months from now, for every 100 rooms which are on the books, they're going to get an additional 60 rooms. If it's 3 months out, for every 100 rooms, they're going to get 80 more reservations. And for 3 months out, they're saying that they're going to get, let's see. And for 3 and 4 months, it's going to be exactly the same. It's going to be 80 rooms, or it's going to be 80 for 3 months and 100 for 4 months.
Okay.
So basically, the further out you go, the more reservations forecast there's going to be. Okay. So for example, let's say right now it's November, right?
Hmm.
So it's currently November. In January, let's say we have 100 rooms booked, right?
Hmm.
In January, like 2 months later, we're gonna get an additional 60 rooms booked for 160 rooms
Hmm.
by check-in. So as we get closer to that check-in date, we're gonna get more and more reservations. Okay. So
Okay.
first, we need to calculate how many rooms we're gonna have reserved on the check-in date. And right now, we only have on the books. So we need to find on the books right now and add the to be booked rooms to find the total amount of rooms which are going to be booked. All right.
Okay.
So in order to do that is first we need to find out, what is the percent increase, and how we're going to do that is take the 60 rooms and divide it by 100.
Okay.
We get a 60% increase.
Yeah.
And do you understand how that works?
Yes.
You seem a little bit confused.
Yeah, just a little. I get how so it's a so what's the 60 again?
60 is 2 beds, rooms that are going to be booked in the future but aren't booked yet.
Okay, so is this like a 60% increase in like their prediction of how many
So
rooms are gonna
100,
book?
100 is current,
Okay.
and 160 is check-in date, is by check-in date. Okay.
Okay.
So we
So
do
this is
160 minus 100 over 100,
hmm
we get 60%.
okay.
Okay. Now we do that for the other two, is 180 minus 100 over 100. We get 80% increase.
Okay.
And 200 minus 100 over 100, we get 100% increase.
Okay.
So this is for 3 months out, and this is for 4 months out.
And this is like an increase in room bookings, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So for example, they tell us the number of rooms for January, February, and March. So we're just going to use those percent increases. So for January, we're going to do 1250 multiplied by 60% plus 1250.
Okay.
February, we're going to do 950 times 80% plus 950. In March, we're going to do 1100 times 100%.
On the calculator, should this be done all at once, or should there be any parentheses?
Parentheses here.
Okay. So for the first one, would it be 2,000?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So what is this number, by the way? These numbers that we found, what, like, is this the,
These are the total amount of rooms which are sold by the check-in date.
so is that the sales forecast?
The sales forecast and number of rooms, but not in the actual price.
Okay.
So if you want to find price now for how much revenue we're going to be making from those rooms, we have to do this. So I'm going to minimize this. So we have the number of rooms and we have the ADR. So do you know how we find the total revenue?
Do you take the number of rooms and multiply it by the ADR?
Yep.
I think you meant to write 400,000 there.
You're right. Thank you.
And the next one's 290,700.
Yeah, that's correct.
What's the last number?
2,200 because we're just pointing from here.
Yeah. That one's 396,000.
Awesome. And now they're asking, they're saying Pompino Hotels has both cash and credit sales. So basically what they're saying here is that they're not going to be collecting all the money at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be collecting it in little chunks because, you know, we collect some in cash, we collect some in credit. And, you know, with credit, you don't get all your sales at once. You know, people miss their payments. There's wire transfer issues, which makes it so you don't get all the money all the money you're supposed to receive, all the revenue at the same time. You get it in staggered amounts.
Okay.
So in order to kind of help you visualize this, I'm going to make a pie, okay? And this is our pie. And we get 40% of it in cash, okay? And because it's cash, that means we're going to get it immediately. Right? Because cash, they just give us the cash and we have the money, right? There's no like delay in transfer or something.
Yeah, it's just straight cash.
Exactly, right? There's no way you can fuck that up, right? And then I'm gonna make a new layer. Okay, there we go. Edit, transform. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
So the first 40% is cash, and the remaining is credit sales, right? So 60% is credit sales. And they tell you the percentages which are related in the credit sales, right?
Okay.
And what's going to happen here is we're going to be taking a percentage of the 60%. Therefore, we're taking a percentage of the percentage. Okay?
Okay.
So for example, the 60%, we're going to multiply it by 50%. We get 30%.
Okay.
They're saying 50% of the 60% is credit sales we receive immediately.
Okay.
So 30% credit sales. And then we have 60%
What does that say there? What does that say there?
immediate.
Immediate. Okay.
Yeah, because it's in the question, we collect 50% of the credit sales in the month of the sale. That means we collect it immediately.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we collect 30% in the month after the sale. So that means we're going to take 30% of the 60%. And we're going to get 18%.
Okay.
So that means 18% is credit sales 1 month. So that means it's going to take us 1 month to collect 18% of our sales.
Okay.
And then 12% is credit sales. So I'm going to do the math real quick. I see it in my head. But here we go. 12% is credit sales, which take 2 months.
Okay.
And basically, this pie is really useful because it helps you make sure that you're using 100%. If you're below 100% or especially above 100%, that means you made some sort of technical error and you need to look back at what you're doing and make sure you're doing it correctly.
Okay.
So now we have our pie. And because the 30% of credit sales is immediate, that means we receive 70% immediately. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, because you receive the 40% cash and the 30% credit sales instantly.
Yeah, because the 30% of credit sales, even though they're credit sales, we're getting them immediately. Therefore, there's no reason to distinguish the cash sales and the immediate credit sales. Okay. So then we're going to go up here and write 70% immediate, 18% 1 month, and 12% 2 months.
So is this the cash receipt part of it?
Yeah, so now what we got to do is look how much money we're receiving for the next 3 months. Okay. So we'll just do, so when is your project?
I have to work on it at 7.
Like immediately at 7?
We can go to like 7:05.
All right, let's try that. We'll do we'll try to do January and February.
Yeah.
That's our goal. So let's do January. So first of all, let's do the first calculation, which is 70% we receive immediately, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just to let you know, this January, this is money we're receiving in January. Therefore, we're going to be receiving money from January sales, December sales, and November sales. The reason why we're receiving November and December sales is because we made revenues in those months, but we haven't collected all the revenue yet. Some of them are staggered out. Because some of the revenues take 1 month to be delivered and some takes 2 months. Right?
Okay.
So for January, you're gonna be multiplying your revenue, which is, do you know what it is? I forgot. Let me check.
Yeah.
It was 400,000. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll be taking 400,000, which are our revenue, but we're only collecting 70% of it immediately. Therefore, we're going to multiply it by 0.7.
Okay.
And then we'll be adding 420,000 times 0.18. And you might be asking, where are we getting this 420,000? It says in the question that we made $420,000 in December.
Yeah.
And we haven't collected all that revenue yet. Remember, we received 18% of that revenue a month after, in January. Okay?
Okay.
And then we're going to multiply 350,000 times 0.12. And that's November times 0.12 because we haven't collected 12% of the November revenue until 2 months later.
Okay.
And therefore, if you multiply that all out, what do you get?
My calculator gave me a weird number, so let me plug this in. It gave me a number with like e to the 10th, so let me fix this.
Okay.
400,000 times 0.7. Okay. 420,000 times 0.18. 350,000 times 0.12. And then you do yeah, that's what I got.
Awesome. So let's do February. You want to try to do February?
Sure.
So what do we do first for February?
So are we starting from the beginning, or is this just like the end part here? Like what we just did?
It's gonna be like what we just did, but it's for February.
Okay, so well, we got 950 rooms.
Yeah, so we already calculated the revenue. So the revenue was 290,700.
So would you do that times 0.7?
Exactly. Because we're not collecting all the revenue
Okay.
immediately.
Yeah.
And then what else do we
And then-
multiply?
Is this 420,000 again?
400,000
400,000. Okay.
times what?
0.18.
Yep. And why is that the case?
Because it's the second or the first month after.
Yeah. But explain why we're collecting money from January.
We're collecting money from January because what's the reason? I kind of forget what you said before.
Okay, it's fine. So remember with credit sales, we don't collect some of our credit sale in the immediate month because people miss
Oh
payments,
yeah, okay.
stuff like
Okay,
that.
yeah,
So we collect 18% of the revenues a month later.
okay.
And then what's the last
And
one?
then we collect 12% of the revenues the next month
Of what
right.
month?
of is this November? Wait,
So think 2 months before.
oh, March.
2
Oh,
months
2 months from
before.
December.
Yep. So you can't go to March because that's like ahead. So we can't collect money ahead of time.
Yeah, sorry.
And you multiply
Times
420,000 by what?
0.12.
Exactly. So you want to add those up for me?
Yeah, let me do that. Okay,
What do you get?
I'm just adding them up now. $325,890.
328,000,
25,000.
25,000.
325,890.
That's right.
Okay.
And then I just realized, let me see.
Did we mess up something?
I think it's right. Let me see. Let's do a check. Nope, it's good. All right.
Okay.
So I just
perfect.
realized that I actually have work tomorrow from 4:15 to. I have work from 4:15 to 9:30. We could do
Okay.
the session if you want from 9:30 to 11. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that's fine. I
Do
can
you want to
do
do
a
it
section.
online or do you want to do it?
Probably online if it's that late.
Okay, sure. So I'll just bring my
Yeah.
my tablet to the Statler, and then we'll start at 9:30 and go to 11.
Okay, perfect.
All right, bro. I'll let you go to your project, but yeah.
No
So
problem.
well, and then on Tuesday we'll make plans for Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, one quick question. Do you know